Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Let me just adjust. Let me move this out a little bit so you guys can see me perfectly. If you're just joining us, it is our weekly live. This week we're doing our, of course, members only chat of the Real Housewives of Potomac. We are live on multiple platforms, oh look, y'all can tell it's a Sunday evening. It's been such a busy day. I have everything. I'm gonna put this in front of me so you guys can hear me clearly. What's going on, everyone? I see you all in the chat. It's members only tonight chat. But of course, once we get to a certain amount of likes, I will post the call-in link so you all can share your thoughts. But as always, I will be posting the call-in link exclusively first for our members. Yes, even if you're a Team Kempire member, I'll be posting the link backstage on the community tab. So head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel community tab, and I will be posting the link there. I appreciate you all being here tonight. I know the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is airing, but we'll get to that. Speaking of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I will be doing a special live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern with Up and Adam and Down with Jason for our weekly collaboration on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. There's a little relation that I have to make to this episode of Potomac and Salt Lake City in a second. But this episode overall, if you had to rate it from 1 to 10, everyone in the chat, let me know what you would rate it. My TikTok chat, let me know what you would rate it from 1 to 10 if you had to rate this episode. And I said this before, I was already live on my TikTok talking to my folks there. And I was saying that it wasn't a great episode. And I probably, being generous, I would give it a 7. I would give it a 7. And that's being very generous. Okay. Oh, someone said 3. Wait, Justice said 3. Guys are a mess. 6, 7, 3. Oh, 3. Lots of 3s and 4s. Uh-oh. Not good. Not good. A 5.5. Hey, Gabrielle. A 6. Oh, man. I don't know what's happening with Potomac this season, but you guys will let me know. Why do you think this episode was Someone said 4.5. Teresa. St. J said 7, a little too generous for me. I know, but you know why? You know why I gave it a 7? Was because of the end. Miss Dorothy brought it in the end. She was messy, and she was so messy. Like, I never saw her this messy before. I know she's been messy over the years, but this felt a little extra and maybe put on for TV. But I was here for it because this entire episode really was just about Candiace and her video and her relationship with Chris, and no one cares. Sorry. Let me take a sip. Speaking of taking a sip, guys, if you don't know, let me just move this back. What am I doing? The coldest water bottle. It's one of my favorite things. You guys are always asking, how do I keep my skin healthy, supple, looking good? First, before I do anything with products and whatnot, it is about water consumption. My coldest water bottle is my favorite water bottle. I love this color. It comes in multiple colors. They even introduced a glitter version. There is a link in the description for a 10% off your coldest water bottle. Shout out to everyone that's already been buying it. I've been partnering with Coldest Water Bottle for a while, but if you don't listen to my podcast, you've missed out. If you missed out, there is a new episode of my podcast that dropped yesterday on Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. Wait, let me take a sip. Get your 10% off. Your discount code is KEMP10. It keeps your water cold for literally over 30 plus hours. 30 plus hours. I can leave this overnight and it will still be cold tomorrow morning. All right. Especially during the summertime, you really need something like that. I love it. Get into it. Link is in the description of this video, or just head on over to the coldest water bottle and add that discount code KEMP10. All right. Enough of commercials. Guys, it is only members only live chat tonight. We do that once a month for our members, and the other previous Sundays that we've done Real Housewives of Potomac, we do subscribers only. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on anything. There's lots of things coming up and lots of things that you missed this week in pop culture. It's not just about Erica Girardi. There's some news about R. Kelly and Aaliyah. There's news about Wendy Williams. There's tons of things that you missed. Be sure to check those out. Let's get into Potomac because Yes, Gabrielle. Gabrielle says, I love the mint green. Me too. And I didn't even ask for it. They just sent me that one. I was like, you know what? I like it. Let's get into this. So at the top of the episode, it's Candiace. This is Candiace's episode. They gave this episode to Candiace. We had sprinklings of everyone else, but this episode really was about Candiace and her relationship with Chris and him being a manager and the problems with him being a manager and Miss Dorothy in town messing everything up and throwing gasoline on the fire, which we can appreciate. In the top of the episode, she's already like, oh, I saw you got this particular, thingamajig. I forgot what they call these. And the distressed look this, and she was being a mom. If you have a mom or, someone bossy in your life, you know how they are when they come into spaces. They're like, they have their opinions. Miss Dorothy is no different than anyone else's mom. Okay. Here we are. But it was nice to have her. I like her shadiness. It makes Candiace a little bit more interesting to watch, to be honest. It really does. But I have to disagree with her about the sofa. The sofa that Candiace has, that's not what you get in your first. If you're lucky, you would get a nice sofa like that. And when I say nice, I mean something that big and with that much, at least some sort of style. I'm thinking your first apartment is like a futon that turns into a couch. That's what I would have thought. But no, I felt like her couch wasn't that bad. She was just being shady. Like, can we talk about, see, this episode for me, Giselle reminds us exactly why she needs to be a housewife. Because her shady commentary, some of the things that Giselle says is funny. Her relationship with her daughters, I love seeing. I've said this last week. I'm saying it again this week. Her interaction, we need more of her daughters. You see that we're getting confessionals with her daughter, Grace. I think they're understanding what we want from Giselle. We don't need Giselle in a fake and phony relationship. We just need Giselle to be herself. The same can go for Robin. We'll get into Robin in a second. But her teaching Grace how to drive, why did I have PTSD? I had a little PTSD watching that. The car is cute. That is Jamal's car. And automatically, I'm sure that car will become Grace's car. Grace will learn how to drive. She probably won't be the best driver, but she's learning. I feel for Grace, and she's doing it in front of us, and people are going to judge her. Grace, you're okay. I'm sure you're driving by now, and you're still learning. You're going to do fine. You're going to do great, even though Giselle was wrong for the way she was shading you in her confessionals. She was wrong. Data says, yeah, Miss Dorothy is just being a mother with their unsolicited advice. Yes. Gabrielle says, the sofa is nice. My first sofa in my apartment was a futon. See? Y'all think I'm going crazy. Mine wasn't. Was it? Wait. In my first apartment. Well, I had a roommate in my first apartment, so that doesn't count. My first apartment, I didn't have a sofa for a minute. I remember that first week I slept on the floor. But the first sofa I had wasn't bad. Y'all know how I do. I'm bougie. Maybe the cameras are making her nervous, or just driving is making her nervous. So can you imagine the addition of driving and doing it on camera? Oh my gosh. First of all, I can't imagine failing the test, but we're not going to judge her on failing the test. But See, Alex says, we still have a futon up in the kids' playroom. See, there's nothing wrong with a futon, but when it's your main piece of furniture in your first apartment, that's normal to me. But not what Candiace had. I don't feel like what Candiace had was bad. Moving on, Mia and Gordon. Mia, if you guys missed the video that I did, I don't think people have caught on to the video that I did talking about Mia's past. Not just about her parents, but her own addiction and her own overdose and how she got into chiropractic care and how that naturally was a natural fit for her and Gordon. So we see her. I like her and Gordon's relationship. It seems healthy. No matter how you want to judge on how they met or whatever it may be, at least she was honest about how they met. You know what I mean? At least she was honest about it. But her trying to have a relationship with her mom, it seems as if her mom doesn't want to have a relationship with her. And we've seen this before. Look at Oprah Winfrey and her relationship with her mom. She still had a relationship with her mom, but it was never this mother-daughter relationship. And I think Mia is really trying to have a relationship with her mom, and her mom doesn't want to. And I think because Mia has younger brother and sister that are 7 years younger than she is, and then a brother that's 8 years older. But they have different fathers. And I think because Mia's father is the one that got Mia's mother into drugs and cheated on her, and she tried to commit suicide, I think seeing Mia is triggering for her still, because she sees so much of Mia's father in her. And I think that's part of the reason why she's kind of distant with Mia. That's just my psychological assessment. 4 years of being a psychology major. 4 years. Thank you, Sheila. Gabrielle says, I still have my futon too in my guest room. See? I got rid of who did I give that to? I ended up giving that to someone else. But I didn't have a futon. What I had was nice. But I know my apartment when I had a roommate in college, because we had an apartment, I didn't live in the dorms. That was sort of like a futon day bed. It wasn't a futon. It was like a day bed. Like you can sit on it and then sleep on it. Damn, life was hard. Let me stop being dramatic. Teresa says, messy Mia. Data says, futon is for the security until they fully moved. Okay. Gabrielle says, yeah, Mia isn't putting on for the camera. She's being herself. I can appreciate that. Most definitely. Faith City, thank you so much for the super chat. Faith says, Candiace's video looked low budget, and her was tonight's episode. We need her every week. Really? She spent $10,000 on that music video, but we'll get into the music video in just a second. So not only does Mia talk with her mom, she also talks to Gordon about how he tried to manage her at one point. So this is Mia really being involved in the whole conversation of Candiace being managed by Chris and how she feels about it, because it comes up later in the episode. And look, I don't know if it works. I mean, the people that I've seen try to do this in entertainment, it seems like it's working until it's not working. I'm trying to think of a couple where it's worked over the years. I can't really even think of one where if you guys can think of one, or the replay crew, you can think of a couple in entertainment where we see they've worked. And I'm sure there has to be at least one. There has to be at least one where it's worked. Let me know. Yes, we need Candiace's mom. Thank you so much. Let me shimmy for you, Faith. Thank you. I agree. We do need Candiace's mom. Maybe not every week, but more than we've gotten. She might need to move into that room during filming season. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. She saved this episode for me. She saved the episode for me. Okay. Quickly, we'll talk about Karen's candles. So, in hindsight, Karen definitely was working on this candle before Wendy. Her candles are ready to go. They're ready to be sold. I'm sure she probably told us tonight that it's available for us to buy. And I'm probably going to buy a Ladam candle. We're going to light it here. And if it stinks, I'm going to tell you. Because I'm a straight what? Shooter. So is that paying for that house too? We're going to get to it, Princess Gabby, because Candiace, you're not going to be able to live it down. I don't care how many times you say that you're paying for this house. Even if you show us the mortgage payment, the way your mother, even before, during the reunion where she was, not this last reunion, but the one before that, she alluded to that she was still paying for things. And look, I don't think there's any shame in it, to be honest with you. I don't think there's any shame in it. There are a lot of, look, we don't say nothing about the white kids that, still living off their parents. Just saying. But I think the problem here, Candiace, is that you act like a baby all the time. So the fact that you act like a baby and your mom is paying for your things allegedly, I don't even think I should say allegedly. Your mom said it without saying it. Anyways, we'll get there in a second. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're doing our weekly members only, our monthly members only, but our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. We are live on multiple platforms, including my TikTok, TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. If you're watching, be sure to check out the description of the video so you can check out last week's recap and everything else that you missed on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you're getting daily and consistent hot topics. And don't forget, tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be with Layla Lynn and Grace Report talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac again. And you know, after a day and after things simmer in my brain, my viewpoint changes. And sometimes I pick out things that I missed the first time around. This is my fresh thoughts after watching the episode. And of course, tomorrow we will also be recapping here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Tomorrow, I believe we're doing Potomac on Layla Lynn's channel. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to both so you don't miss out. Subscribe to both ladies so you don't miss out. All right, let's get back into this. So I'm gonna get Karen's candle and just to be honest with you, the labeling that Mia put out, you know, she put out a candle like the next day. I would like to try it, but then I wasn't enticed by it. It just seemed very rushed. So I feel like the smell is going to smell rushed. Maybe not. Speaking of candles, Wendy and Eddie have a meeting about her candles. Look, I have to start out with something nice. Wendy looked amazing. Wendy, that librarian look you were giving us, I was like, if I was straight, I'm like, hey, you. She looked, I love the hair. I love the glasses. I like the outfit. I like how she was standing. I was like, what? Is this supposed to be a business meeting or something else? Are y'all playing what Robin and Juan were trying to do? Like a couple seasons ago? Or was it last season? I can't remember. I think it was last season. We'll get to Robin in a second. Sidebar. Wendy, you know, she didn't have a business plan. She only had a paragraph. But she went through her business plan with Eddie, and she's still missing very important details like the financials. How much is it going to cost to produce her candles? How much has she spent so far on this business? She's like, I have the receipts. Look, I get it. She's a first time. Look, she's educated, but she's being educated and starting a business are two different things. Starting a business from scratch, that's a whole undertaking. But the fact that this is your storyline and you're looking sort of like a dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, it's kind of like, girl, what are we doing? What are we doing here? All right. Christy in my TikTok chat says Wendy looked great. She did. She looked great. She just doesn't have her business together. All right. Let's talk about Ashley really quickly. Ashley's uterus is coming out. Oh, wait, I don't. Ashley's uterus is prolapse. I have no idea what that means. I will be asking Layla Lynn tomorrow. Not to say that Layla Lynn's gone through it, but she might have a better idea because she's given birth before. And it might have a better idea. But I have no idea. But as we already know, with Ashley, she always overshares. But she says she basically grew up with Uncle Lump. Uncle Lump is like her father. And she's lived with him at one point. So she's okay with talking about those things. We're just not. She also tells them that Michael is starting a new business. He wants to get into movies. You all think it's porn. And she says they said that it's going to be a partnership. That was new news to us. Now it's going to be a partnership. And he said you could be a star in the movie. All right, Michael. All right, Michael. Gabrielle says, yeah, it was a TMI moment. Her uncle's reaction made me uncomfortable. Lord, you must hate on Chris, wanting Candiace's mom. You must hate on Chris, wanting Candiace's mom. I don't understand. Futons are so Dorothy's guests. Don't stay too long. Let me see. You guys have your own little conversations in here. I'm trying to see if y'all trying to talk to me. I'm not mad at her mother paying for it. The lie is the issue. True. Jen says, queen of TMI, but I'm here for it. Jen, oh yeah, I was about to say, Jen, did I make you a mod again? I wasn't sure if I did it. Couldn't remember. Couldn't remember. Shout out to my mods. I appreciate you all being here, holding down the chat. Guys, if you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video. Once we get to 200 likes, I'll drop the call-in link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts. I know we have quite a few people watching that probably aren't members, and you don't have to be a member of the channel, but if you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com. There are 2 levels, and we will be adding additional levels as well. Hold on, let me just drop the call-in link for our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Let me go backstage. Okay. Let me just do this. This is going to be for the Royal Court members. Backstage. Okay. All right. Backstage link has been posted on the community tab on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel for our Team Kempire and Royal Court members exclusively. Let me get back into this. Okay. So we can skip over Ashley. Ashley's another one that really doesn't have much of a storyline this episode or this season. It's all right because Ashley's been messy over the years. I'm going to give her a pass. I'm going to give her a pass this season. Robin and Juan. Robin and Juan. So Robin, as you know, she has a thriving business for Embezzled. Okay. She doesn't make any hats like this, does she? I still wouldn't buy from Embezzled. But good for her. She says, and I wrote down the numbers. She has over 15,000 orders. She's grossing $60,000. She doesn't really know her numbers, though. How long has she been in business? Like, I feel differently about Robin's business versus Wendy's. Wendy's is not out there. Okay. Robin has an active business. So they go to the space because she needs to get out of her mom's office space and have her own space for her hats. Okay. And the space looks nice, but it's expensive. They're building their home. So she's like, I don't know if I want to. Like, I get where Robin's coming from because I feel like that's real. There are a lot of people scared of success. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it's a storyline. It is a storyline, but what she's talking about is real. There are tons of people that are watching me right now. Probably the 3 people that dislike the video, the 2 people that dislike before they even watched the video, that are scared of success and they're mad. Don't be mad at me. Go get up and go do something with your life, Robin. Thank you so much for this super chat. Ashley's on vacation and getting paid for it. She wouldn't be the first. She wouldn't be the first. But I get where Robin's coming from, and I've said this multiple times. Everything that she's saying about being scared of success, that's real. I get it. There's so many people that are struggling with not seeing their potential and scared of, oh my God, I've gotten the success. When is it all going to be taken away because of things that have happened in her life? Okay. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, Robin tells Juan that he needs him to be more supportive and uplifting and not like a coach. And then it made me think to myself, well, maybe, and I'm sure anyone that's ever been married to a coach or that is married to a coach, he does probably have that mentality when he's at home where he feels like he is coaching everyone and talking to people in that way. So I think that part might be real. That part. But you saw when she said, I need you to talk to me and be a little bit more uplifting to me. And then I thought to myself, this is the crossover between the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She needs a coach, Coordinator Shaw, pep talk. See, there's the difference. Coordinator Shaw gives Jen Shaw a pep talk. And she feels good about herself. And then he leaves for a month. Or he goes down the street to the other woman. Allegedly. Jane, thank you so much for Janie, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, okay, wait, Mia's ma candles, not hers. She got slapped with a cease and desist from the French millionaire that put the candle out to help abused women. Mia. Oh, I need to look into that. What? Say word. Say word. Alex's coaches are annoying. Oh, Danielle says it too. Dating a coach can be so annoying. Danielle, I see you're backstage. I'm going to ask some questions. Really? Wow. But here's the thing. So after she says this to him, he talks about wanting a baby girl. So again, you remember the rumors before Robin was brought back. She either had to get married or have a baby. Again, they're bringing up baby rumors. You also may know that we posted a story that listed on the documents for their new home, they labeled her a married woman. So we're thinking that Robin and Juan got married. Then you also may have seen the media takeout story where they were saying that Robin was pregnant. Robin, stop emailing media takeout. You during the conversation between Robin and Juan, did anyone notice? I had to rewind it back. I said, did he kiss her? No, he just pulled her in like she was a sister and hugged her. Why wouldn't you kiss her in that moment? That's the moment of all moments when you should kiss someone. It's like, I need you to, give me more than that. I need you to give me a, more supportive, more gentle way. Put down the whistle and kiss me. Watch that I say this now. You're going to see a picture of them kissing. Man, I hope the Dixon's relationship is real. Me too. I love. I want people to be, Dana said he's just sniffed her like a dog. Oh my God. Danielle says he can't kiss her because he has his own coleslaw watching. If you don't know what that means, that's reference to Love and Marriage Huntsville and Martell. Oh, it's rough in these streets. All right, we're 1 like away from 200 likes, and I will drop the call link for everyone to call in. We already have some of our Team Kempire and Royal Court members backstage that have an opinion. Before I bring them up, let's get to the music video shoot, okay? I don't care about anything else. This entire episode was about Candiace, and it was boring. Until Candiace's mother shows up to the video shoot. Candiace was busy, trying to do the video in other areas, and then she was late to the final shot. The final shot where all the ladies were going to join her. Before we get to what transpired there, I have to say Giselle and Robin looked like they rolled out of bed. Rolled out of bed. What was those outfits? What were those outfits? Escala brings the fashion always, but brings nothing else. Sorry. Real talk. Brings the fashion, loved the hair, loved the look, but brought nothing else. Wendy looked amazing. I liked Wendy's look. Karen looked great. I don't know what Mia had on. Mia's fashions for me is hit or miss sometimes. Mia's fashions are hit or miss for me. Candiace was in her, her outfit for the video. Who else was there? Was that it? That was it, right? Danielle said Karen's back was fake. Don't say that. Really? Why would you say her bag was fake? She knows not to bring anything fake on the show anymore because we're going to pick it up. Sheila says, Kempire, did you hear about Juan and Robin getting married? Sheila, did you just join us? Because I literally just said it a couple of minutes ago. And that was according to documents for their home, that she's a married woman. I still don't believe it. Did you watch this episode? The way he pulled her in like a sister. I got you, sis. Got you. I'll give you a pep talk. Oh, goodness. This music video shoot, though. Miss Dorothy shows up and starts talking about Chris being unemployed. She dropped all kinds of tea, and we were all like this. What? She was talking with everybody. She got even Karen in the spot. She's like, Karen's like, I'm not even in the right place. Karen gave us a lot of really great confessional moments too that made me laugh. But she's like, I'm not in a good place with her. I don't need to hear any of this drama. Mia was ready for the drama. She's like, is he getting paid? And then Wendy took that information and brought it to Candiace. Candiace last week was accused of body shaming poor Ashley, called her wide body and a milkmaid. This week, she's talking again about Mia's feet. That's body shaming. It's a part of your body, right? Messy Mia. Danielle says the color was off. LV makes that bag, but the coloring was all off. Come on, Danielle. Now you're going with the coloring. That could also be the lighting from when they're filming the show. I'm just saying, we got to keep those things in mind. I honestly don't think that Karen would ever on this show again come with something that might be deemed fake, to be honest with you. I really don't think she would. Let me drop the calling link for everyone to call in because I've already spoken for, oh my gosh, over 30 minutes, 32 minutes. Guys, while I'm dropping the call-in link, I will remind you, you too can have a coldest water bottle. If you head on to the link in the description of this video, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube page, or just head on over to the Coldest Water Bottles website and get your 10% off with the discount code KEMP10. You want your water kept cold for over 24, 30, I think it's like 36 hours for this one. Love it. All right, let's move on. Because I want to take your calls. Let me just pause this. Again, guys, don't forget, we will be doing our weekly collaboration with Layla Lynn and Grace Report on Layla Lynn's channel tomorrow, recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac, and at 11 a.m. Eastern on my channel tomorrow morning. Set your reminders on. The link is now available on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. I will be live with Up and Adam and Down with Jason for our weekly collaboration for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Okay? All right. Let me drop this. Okay. And let me save it here. Excuse me, y'all. Data is so shady. I'm seeing your comments, Data. Leave Twan to Don alone. All right, let's bring up some people that want to talk about this. Danielle, I'm going to bring you up. Hold on. Let me put on that. Let me put on the disclaimer. Let me do this. Let me do that. All right. It's finally cool in New York. I just want to point that out to everybody. I'm so happy about that. Danielle.
Hey there.
I'm going to bring you up with finally justice too. Lady.
Okay. Hey, I'm here. I thought Danielle was going to go first.
Yes, go ahead, Danielle.
So let me just do clarification. Let me just clarify what I'm saying about this here handbag. Because I pay attention. First of all, I have that same bag called the on-the-go tote.
Oh, okay.
And here's what I pay attention to.
Uh-huh.
Karen has totally stepped her game up since when she first started with us, as far as fashions and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be the first one. I am a total handbag whore. I will get my clothes from Target, but I will get my handbags from wherever I want to get them from. Okay. And the price tags on the bags that Karen is carrying, I don't see where she can afford all these bags in such a short time of 6 seasons. Respectfully, because season 1 and 2, she was carrying that Tory Burch tote bag.
But wait a second, though. We have to remember, though, that she was married to a millionaire. He's the Black Bill Gates.
He also has taxes he has to pay back.
He ain't paying them back yet?
I can't answer that. But I guess this is what I'm thinking. I'm expecting Karen to be financially responsible. And I'm just thinking of the lifestyle that she's putting on. Mm-hmm. And to me, it just doesn't make sense. And I'm totally hit. Karen she has glowed up since season 1 and 2 with the wigs, the fashion. I'm here for all of it. Then she pulled up the day in a Maserati to the to the video shoot. Last season, she pulled up to someone's house with the cat suit on and a 2-door, something Jaguar, something. So Karen is stepping her game up. I will give her that. But and this is just the number side of me. The math is not adding up. The math is not mathing. Anywho, that's just my 2 cents on that, because I know Twan gonna come for me for talking about his Karen child.
Finally, Justice, what are your thoughts on everything that Danielle just had to say?
So I'm not that much into handbags that much because I'm notorious for losing stuff and also switching up a bag like every day. So it's not that important for me. I'm a Kate Spade person anyway, so that's what I always get because I always have like all the bright colors, and I'm a little younger than some other people on this call, so Kate Spade's my lane.
Oh, okay.
That feels shady,
right? A little bit.
I'm sorry, it's because it's Sunday and it's RHOP day, so it just comes out of me. It just oozes.
But I love a good Kate Spade handbag too, boo. So Kate Spade is still here for Kate.
Okay, all right. Twan.
Danielle. I'm about to pull up. Now, you know they be having those little websites where you can purchase, you can rent an
Twan, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get put data on you.
All right. Is that better?
Sounding real muffled.
Is that better now?
Much better.
These damn AirPods, let me tell y'all, everybody stop buying these Apple products because I'm telling you, these $200 AirPods and you hear muffled, and I'm like, my voice is scary.
The AirPods Pro?
Yes.
Ooh, that's not
every
good.
time when y'all say y'all can't hear me, I'm wearing that, and I'm like, there's no water damage. I've only had them for like 6 months, but that's beside the point. Karen, but listen. Y'all know everybody on these shows be renting some of their handbags, especially if they really if they can't afford it, just don't want to spend the unnecessary money, but just want to stunt. You know, look at Sheree back then. Remember she leased that Aston Martin. They got repossessed. You know, hey, most of them be stunt queens. You know,
the handbags, or are they Chanelicas as opposed to Chanel's?
Well, you know what? Guess what? What if it's a Chanelica, a black-owned business, Chanelica?
No.
Maybe she's supporting a black-owned business, so therefore it may look like Chanel, but it's Chanelica.
Oh.
So that's okay. She needs to stick with the Telfar bags and really support a black-owned business, not a black-owned knockoff.
I mean, it's still black-owned.
Hey,
a knockoff. So if you can't afford Chanel and you can only afford Coach, go to Coach. If you can't afford Chanel and you can afford Telfar, go with Telfar. It's not like they ain't got the inside scoop with Telfar.
All right, so some of the ladies are gonna hate me for saying this, but I sometimes feel some type of way when I see a girl carrying a Michael Kors bag and they act like they the shit. I'm like, it's Michael Kors. Like, isn't that like $59.99 or something like that?
You can't say that on here, honey. You can't.
Twan, I second that. I really hate Michael Kors bag. Especially when it's like the signature bag with all the MKs on it.
Yeah,
I could never.
And they be acting bad and bougie, and I'm like, it's Michael Kors, sis.
I mean, I know that you got it at Ross or TJ Maxx. It's not a secret.
I'm getting so off topic. I'm sorry, but Potomac Housewives, this episode was fire to me. Mia is my girl. She just continued to slay, and I live for the fact that she came over to her mother like, "Is Chris getting paid?" Like, I need that, and now I'm starting to see where this start with the salad tossing. So, oh man, this was fire.
It's coming. It's coming. That salad toss is coming.
Can we talk about Mia real quick? Because this is what I noticed in tonight's episode. When they started with her, she was saying that when she first met G, he had 11 franchises, and then she took them over. But the interview that you reported on the other week, she said the reason why they got into the chiropractic business was because of her getting over her drug addiction.
Yeah.
So
no. She had an overdose, and she was receiving a holistic approach, which was chiropractic services. And then she says when she met G, they got into that business. That's what she said in that interview.
Right. So what I'm saying is, she just said tonight when she met G, he already had 11 franchises.
I can't remember what she said tonight because I literally just watched it. But I'm just going to say yes to what you said.
I actually remember that because I was like, because it was actually 14. That's what she said. It was 14 that he already had.
Right.
And I remember the interview that she did on the news show, and she was saying that they got into it together. And then I remember on another thing that she said that he brought her in as like his mentoree to be on the thing. So I'm not sure which of the three Mias we're gonna
We already know Mia is a liar.
And I like Mia. I
do too, but she's a liar. We like many liars. She is a liar.
Okay, so I'm going to send.
Wait. One sidebar. When she said to Miss Dorothy, she should own her age. I wanted to say you should own your age.
Well, Candiace has already said that to her today on Twitter. I don't know if you peeped that, T, but Candiace has already got on her and her face and all that.
They've been going back and forth on Twitter. I know.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, Justice, any other thoughts from this episode?
Okay, so one thing I wanted to clear up is about the Maryland driving situation. So we have a GLS system. So it's a graduated licensing system. So you have to first take the written to get your permit, and then you have to hold that permit for like 6 months to a year, and you have to do like driving school for like so many hours. Then you also have to have somebody to practice with you driving in the car for so many hours, and they have a documented book that they have to list every time they took you out, what you guys worked on, and how did you do, and they have to initial. Because then at the end, like your parent or whoever would then sign off when you go to the MVA that they did all this stuff with you. And then after that, then you're on provisionals. For 18 months, you can't get a ticket. You get a ticket. You get a ticket. You start all over. But that's only if like you get found guilty for that ticket. So I've had one of those situations where I kept getting tickets. So I had to go to court. I had to fight for my right to drive.
What are we talking about?
I ended up having to fight them because they put the wrong color car on there, and I got off on a technicality.
Oh my God! Finally.
I brought my registration with me, but anywho, I did. Wait. I'm a little afraid of her being on the road because that was scary. I never seen nobody drive that car.
Come on, she's a new driver.
That's scary. Hitting the curb.
That was the least important part of the episode. I wanted to talk about Miss Dorothy. I'm going to start with Twan. Twan, what were your thoughts on Miss Dorothy and what she brought this episode?
I feel like they need to swap them out. I feel like Candiace need to be the one to bring in the guests on the show, and she needs whatever the hell she needs the contract. Mama Dukes, and you could tell she was kind of trying to hold back because she felt like she probably done too much, and she probably was trying to choose her words carefully this time because she was a little bit more easier than she was in the past. She was a little more hard in the past, but this time, she brought it enough where it got Mia talking, and I mean the one. All right, can I say this? And it's not about her, but it's about that situation. Giselle gave me life when she said, What was the answer? Like I felt
Giselle being messy
because I was just like, yes, Giselle. Like y'all all need to stop acting like y'all not wondering. Like I did love that part, but no,
that made me laugh.
I love her mom because she ever since Mama Joyce had blessed the housewives, we've always kind of like when we meet somebody mom, because always one person mother. Because remember before her, it was Chris Samuel's mom. With that one little scene where she shaded Monique, called her a heifer, but every time
we need more of that.
We try to hold them to like Mama Joy standards, and I think she's the closest one to it.
Mama Joyce walked so that Miss Dorothy could run.
Period.
Okay. Finally, Justice, thoughts on Miss Dorothy?
I really liked how she didn't give a damn about that mic. She was gonna say what she had to say.
Yeah.
And especially I like how it shows that Karen and her really did have a friendship, because then like she's just like, Karen, girl, I don't know what this guy's doing. And I also know that by the way, Cash Bar Candiace talks to people. I know Chris got cursed the hell out when he got home. He got cursed out when he got home, because I would be afraid to come home after I messed up like this, knowing how Candiace is talk about you like a dog. And then what is she keeps picking on people's physical attributes. I know on the channel we shade people for fashions or like too much makeup and all that stuff. Those are things people can change. You're talking about the girl's feet and her lips. Like she can go out there and just change it. I know there's surgeons to do it, but it's not something that I can just go to the store and just buy. You know, you can't. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's no like feet reduction surgery. It's just wrong. And honestly, if someone came for her the way that she says comes for people about their physical attributes, she would be crying on the floor talking about y'all mad because I'm dark skinned. Like, stop.
You can't shrink your foot though. I used to wear a size 12. Now I wear a 10.5.
Shut up. What are you talking about?
No,
what are you talking about, Twan?
No shade. When I was like 15, 16, I used to wear 12 for some odd reason. And I did, well, it was a part of my ballroom experience, but I wasn't going out buying heels. I was wearing my mother heels, like when I was in the ballroom scene back then. And like her feet are much smaller than mine, but I squeezed up in no heels. And now all of a sudden I wear 10.5.
Yes, ballroom. Yes.
Listen, I'm the first person to get out of his chair.
Because you were wearing heels, your feet
smaller heels. Yeah. I used to wear when I was like 15, 16, but then after my ballrooms, I noticed I could not fit a 12 no more. Because I used to walk realness with a twist and performance, and I used to vogue all the time.
And the category is
you know what?
My feet hurt.
Okay, Danielle, thoughts on Miss Dorothy?
Oh my God.
I can't with Twan right now.
I am here for Miss Dorothy. I just watched Candiace's video and like fast forward real quick because it is up, it is live. Obviously, I couldn't listen.
It's been up for weeks.
Oh yeah, I wasn't paying no attention to it. But I just watched it. I'm here for Dorothy and her shenanigans. I'm not here for, because I didn't understand what, like, okay, so we already knew Candiace was going to be upset because Chris wasn't there. But Chris made it very clear that he was not going to be there because he had something else to do. Yes. I feel like we learned that he did his due diligence by calling, like he said, he talked to the car people at 1:00. They were all set up to be there. So for Candiace to be upset, now where for Candiace to be upset, I feel like she should not be really mad at him. But I feel like a lot of that falls back on communication, because he could have kind of calmed her down before they separated ways, leaving the house that morning, and said, hey, this is what I've done. This is what you should expect. And he could have hired like a one-day assistant to be there to make sure that all the checks and balances were done. Just almost how you have like a wedding planner for a day.
Yeah. He
could have had someone there on site.
Or an intern.
Yes. I mean, come on. Sonia, Housewives of New York, she has interns all the time. And that maybe that's what we need to tell Candiace. Candiace and Chris need an intern. They need to go to PG Community College and get themselves an intern, and
a U-turn.
I feel like that's where the communication dropped there, because he even said, he was like, I'm not going to say anything to her. I know she's mad. Like, you shouldn't know that she's mad, and she should have no reason to be mad if you really did what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to walk up there knowing that everything was okay because you did your part as the manager. So manager, you need to manage.
But even with that being said, even if there was look, this is me speaking as a former manager, things still don't work out.
Yeah. And luckily she had her friends there to pull up their vehicles. But I didn't like Candiace's, for Candiace to be the star of that video, them biker shorts and patent other looking biker shorts that were too big for her, and the tube top she kept pulling up on that was too big for her. I needed another outfit. She can go to Forever 21, Rainbow somewhere and get a whole.
She was on a budget. She only had $10,000.
Right, and you still got Rainbow and Forever 21. She could have found, and she's petite.
Rainbow's still open?
I have no idea, but she's petite enough where she can find something for under $20, especially for what she had on. That wasn't no $100 outfit.
Guys, stay on the line. I'm going to take some more callers. If you do have some thoughts, I'll bring you back up, okay?
All right.
Amy J and Shady Gal, I'm going to bring you both up.
Hey.
What's going on, ladies?
Hey, how y'all doing? The ghetto.
Child,
the ghetto. I told
Between
y'all it was
right
broke. I told y'all Potomac was broke now. I said that. You know, compared to ATL, you know, we got Now, that's one thing Atlanta got. They got cars. Everybody like to be down there stunting. They ain't got nothing in their house, but they gonna stunt on a car. She needs to have shot that in Atlanta. That way you wouldn't have had no problem. Take your butt to Buckhead. You be stunning with all them little boys down there and all them people who be living flash on the weekend. I be broke during the Monday through Friday. She been all right.
Shady Gal, what did you think of the episode overall?
It was okay. It was all right. It was. I give it a 7.
Okay.
I just really need Ashley to never ever bring up her falling out coochie at a brunch ever again. Girl, we do many things at brunch, but what we don't talk about was falling. Your coochie done fell out.
Wait a second. I forgot that was a ghetto brunch.
The ghetto.
When do we tell family our coochie's falling out? Where is that in the family bond? I'm sorry, I don't want my auntie to know what coming in and out my cooch. That my coochie over here sitting in my lap. Leave the coochies where they at, not at the brunch.
Wait, Dana, thank you so much for the super chat. She says Candiace should rent the runway for 4 outfits. Oh, for $69.99 trial. Candiace, you're getting information here. Thank you, Dana, for the super chat. And here's a little shimmy.
She right, because I was like, that outfit, like, girl.
Amy, what were your thoughts on this episode?
I loved every inch of Miss Dorothy's shade. I came alive when that woman got on the screen.
Yes, sweetie.
I was dying. I was cracking up. And then the extra Mia messy, and then the Giselle came in at the right angle. And
the few times I wasn't mad at her being messy.
Whooping each other up. It was the best. And I'm not trying to be, like I told you last time, I think we need some controversy. It does not matter that it's a family. She didn't say they were getting divorced. She just said, is he working? Is he getting paid? And that was a legitimate question. Is he? I mean, he showed up looking like the...
Well, technically, okay. I was about to say if she's paying the mortgage, but now we've learned this episode, maybe she's not even paying the mortgage. So maybe he is getting paid and it's Miss Dorothy paying him.
Oh, dang, Candiace. Miss Dorothy got to pay for her husband and that's the husband she can afford?
Damn.
You can't afford a better model?
Candiace,
you better you better drive him back to the dealership and get you a new husband.
I mentioned I want to feel bad for Candiace. I mean, Chris it's a mess right now. I mean, he did not pull the job through. The video, I've already watched it. When she said it was supposed to be luxury, I was like, girl, I thought y'all were going for like around the way because they look low budget.
That's what I thought.
Say, the closest to luxury you came was the scholar showing up with the guinea, with the Lambo. Like she call Scott what you will, but she giving you the fashions and the luxury. What you other help is doing? Y'all over here looking like soccer moms.
The video is so people with them in the fancy clothes. You really couldn't tell because I mean the sitting photography. It was low. It looked like around the way. I did not know they were going for like Brugetto. It didn't give me that.
It didn't even give me bougie. Where you get bougie? We out here wearing tracksuits and Thug Life bandanas. Where the bougie at?
I mean, they all look like extras that didn't know what the assignment was. I'm not trying to be mean, but she said,
okay, of all the ladies, because you saw all the ladies, the housewives and friend of all of them, like who had the best look for the video?
None of them. And Miss Dorothy should not have been in the video because she wasn't dressed appropriately. She looked like the grandma. And I'm no
girl, she just left church and was like, I'm gonna show up at the parking lot. You know, I'm gonna go over here and minister to these children. You know, they out here being wayward. Exactly. They need to come back to the church. You know, come back to the Lord. Come back to the Lord.
Looked out of place. They all looked out of place. The Fast and Furious thing did not make sense in the park. And now I get more detail of what happened. I was like, that's why it looked kind of janky. It looked cute in the studio when she was like sitting in a car and singing and stuff. But when they got outside, it did look low budget. It is what it is. When she said 10,000, I said, that's a good deal because it could have been worse.
Right. She over here trying to give Tarjay on a Kmart budget, not even Walmart. Walmart would never. Walmart.
Okay, we spent a lot of time on this music video, and probably they don't even have that type of. It's probably not even 1 million views. I want to talk a little bit about what you think of the fight that's brewing between Candiace and Mia asking Miss Dorothy, is he getting paid? What do you think?
I'm here for Mia and her messiness. I enjoy it. You better bring up some drama because otherwise this episode would have been dry. Mia is two-faced. She lying about her age.
Okay.
But you know what? Mia bring the mess.
Goodness. The best of it. I really felt like Mia knows the assignment and she gets her work done with the extra credit. Now, I don't know. I know they're friends sometimes, but Wendy, y'all got to break up this whole no families, nobody's off limits. No, we got to stick to the assignment. The assignment is giving good TV.
Speaking of that, I think it's interesting, and it's not that Wendy went after Monique's family, but you didn't say that when they were going after her family.
No, she didn't. She didn't give a care until people start coming for her family. And now she understands how Monique felt. It's like, girl, you was all Candiace is the victim, but baby, nobody would have got their butt jumped had nobody brought up their baby. Like, you know, the rumors happen all over any series that you film. Everybody got rumors. Everybody talks about everybody. The EPs talk about people. You just ain't got to bring it to the show. That's all.
But here's the thing. As much as everybody says they didn't like the whole Monique situation, I always felt like it should have been on the table. It's just that even Candiace getting popped should have been on the table.
She did end up on the table. Did you watch that?
No, Kempire, she didn't end up on the table. She ended up on the side of the table, under the table, on the wall.
On the table.
But that wig did not let go, though. I will say that she
I never felt like Monique her family should have been brought up. As long as if Monique went after Sherman, you're on the table. You're on the docket. You can't tell somebody how to feel after you went after them or what they can and cannot do. You come for me, I'm coming for you.
I mean, I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
You deserve to get popped.
Yeah, but when I think about the Sherman situation, was it really that Monique brought it to the show, or did Sharice put the battery in Monique's back and gave her the leverage? Now, because I look at that as a 2-in-1, because Sharice been knew about that girl. Sharice tried to bring the girl on the show, and then Monique brought her.
Here's the thing, but Monique did what she did, the assignment. She brought the girl and talked with her on a walk, brought her into that's when you put yourself into the realm. You can't then say, don't come for my family. You listen, I understood why everybody was upset. It was wrong, but it's TV. And she, just like when she popped Candiace, I didn't see anything wrong with that. You want to jump out there with me? I'm going to give you the real too, and I'm going to pop you. This is what we came for.
And to be fair,
just a reminder, the Kempire Daily channel and the Kempire LLC do not condone violence.
No, violence is wrong.
I understand it when it happens.
Violence is wrong. We don't believe in violence. We believe in being petty and hitting you with mess online, but we don't believe in violence. Don't use hands. Use your words and them Twitter fingers.
In that case, yes, I'm just one of those people. I understand consequences. If you do something if something happens to you, you should expect it. If you sitting in a room and talking about a girl and her man, and somebody talk about you and your man, you shouldn't be like, oh my God, my children. No. Once you put yourself out there, you just better expect it to come back. And same thing. You tell somebody, come drag me. If they drag you, what are we crying about? You said drag me.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Let's not revisit last season. Ladies, I appreciate you both calling in. I'm going to wrap this up. As always, I appreciate you both. Have a fantastic rest of your evening.
Love you.
All right. I'm going to bring up some final thoughts, guys. Here are my final thoughts before I bring up our guests, because I know as soon as I bring up some more guests, people are going to run. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our members only live chat. This is a monthly thing that we do for members of the channel. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com. And don't forget to join our Texan community at TextKempire.com. Shout out to everyone that is here tonight. This is We go live every single Sunday evening to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Don't forget, tomorrow I will be live multiple times. We'll be live at 11 a.m. Eastern to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And then at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on Layla Lynn's channel with Grace Report, we will be recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac as well. You know, we do that weekly and we go from channel to channel to channel to channel. And that's what we're doing also with Up and Adam and Down with Jason for Salt Lake City. So we will be here tomorrow live and in action. And of course, I think I have another live later in the day. Join the text community, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. And a reminder to hydrate. If you like a bottle like this one that keeps your water cold for 36 plus hours, there's a link in the description of this Kempire Daily YouTube video, or just head on over to the coldest water bottle and get 10% off when you use the discount code KEMP10. All right. I'm going to get some final thoughts from these folks, our royal court members. What's going on, guys?
I love those two crazy ladies.
they made me laugh so hard. The final thoughts, Danielle, on this episode overall.
So, one thing we forgot to talk about is the whole dating the coach thing real quick.
Oh, yes. You said, you had an opinion.
I do, because Big Daddy is a coach. Yes. And where it can be very good sometimes because it gives you a different perspective. I think talking to anyone can give you a different perspective, but sometimes you're not looking for that coach. You're looking for your man just to have your back. Like, and not even like give you your way, but just have your back and rub like, baby, it's going to be okay. Not with put your head in the game, do it. Like, you're not looking for that. You're not looking for that coaching moment sometimes, especially if it's work related, if it's something personal. You're just looking for your companion to have your back and kiss you and say, baby, it's going to be okay. Yeah. So that's why sometimes dating a coach can be very irritating.
But do you believe that this is what's happening with Robin and Juan?
I do. I think Juan is irritated with Robin as Robin is irritated with Juan. And I think, as we said, as I said in the comments, Juan is not going to kiss her on camera because his coleslaw is watching. And welcome, Hope. Yeah. So I tried to do the research. I didn't do my due diligence because I was doing it through my phone, trying to find a marriage certificate to see if they actually got remarried. Only thing I could find was all the divorce stuff. But I know there's another website I can go to outside of my phone. So I'm going to keep on digging in between work and in between all this YouTube and everything and see what we're going to find. If we find a marriage certificate. But I do.
That should be easy to find, right? That should be easy to find.
I thought it would have been easy to find on Google, but then I kept getting all those ad sites.
Look, it's easy when it's real.
Shut your front door. That's oh, yeah.
Right. Any other thoughts before I let you go?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. And is the salad coming at the end? Because next week, I guess it looks like they're going to be talking about Robin and Giselle's blog, and that's what it looks. The way it's set up, that's what we're talking about. Because
that looks good.
Next
week, you're right. Next week's episode does look good with that whole confrontation because the whole beef between Robin and Wendy and Giselle comes back up, and then Karen loses her mind. She's like, "I gotta get vaccinated for this." I felt that energy.
But it's the setting, because remember, the setting of the salad throwing takes place in the kitchen, and that takes place at Giselle's house outdoors somehow. So it looks like, so I'm wondering, when is the salad tossing coming?
Guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
How many episodes do we have for this one? What are we on?
Probably like 18.
Okay, and where are we on now?
Oh my God! Someone look at what does it say? Episode 11.
Oh, so we cutting it down. They about to start filming reunion and stuff soon. We getting close.
Yeah. We are getting close.
All right. See you guys later. Good night.
All right. She's like, you sound like you're walking away.
I know.
Bye. Finally, Justice, final thoughts.
Honestly, this was a filler episode, but I can see how they're leaving us those breadcrumbs for next episode. So I'm really interested in the Mia confrontation with her mother, just because it's a different dynamic that we don't get on the show. And then I'm also interested in seeing the rest of Giselle's two barns that are attached together. Because the way it looks like is she's under construction and then she's holding an event. And yeah, I don't really care for that too much. Could have picked a different week to start that, but it's okay, I guess. And then one thing is that I wanted to point out that Wendy is fooling us with this whole like she don't know what to do, because on her LinkedIn account, it's listed that she's a part of the AKA. So if you are a part of a sorority, you're paying like $300, $500 a year in dues, to be a part, be in this connection. You're meeting every month on these weekly calls and stuff. And you should know someone from a business. You went to a great school, and you're also at Johns Hopkins. You should know somebody in business that would be able to sit down and help you with this. So the fact that she's even saying that, Google's my best friend, is very, very like dumb, honestly, overall.
Or is she just using this as a storyline?
I mean, the thing is that this. If this is a storyline, then she's stupid. I take back dumb. Because it would be a better storyline. It would be a better it would be a better storyline if she would bring on somebody from the AKA and incorporate them like as her friend, than to say that I'm spending this time on Google. Nobody wants to see you in that little office working. Bring on a friend. That's only if she's active. Okay. Well, I hope she's active, because that would be a waste of time, because you spend like $1,000 just to join,
All right. Fine.
All right.
Justice,
and that was it.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
I'm going to bed. Bye.
Me too. Me too. Twanadon, final thoughts.
All right. So check this out. I am going to cam up for y'all, because y'all won't believe I'm actually at my full-time job. When I actually work.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Tommy. I'm not calling you Twan anymore. I'm gonna call you Tommy.
I'm at my full time because I forgot I didn't come in Friday, so I'm trying to clean up and do some stuff, make it look like I was here. But anyway,
Tommy.
So, what's her name? The one that she was just on, Wendy. All right, so I want to touch base on something that Wendy said maybe a few episodes ago when she was talking about, like cultural stuff. Like when you grow up in a certain culture, like most Africans or Jamaicans or Caribbeans or anything, like, they, or Ethiopians or anything, they look at education as being the top thing, period. And I think Wendy just don't know who she is. Because she had to focus so much at being great at something and get all the education that she was probably told to get. And she never once did anything for herself. So like this was a big deal for her, because this was probably the one thing that she had control over that made her happy. So I actually do kind of understand why she did what she did. I don't think she did it for Eddie. I think that was one thing that she really did for her. She really wanted to feel sexy. And whatever that image was for her in her head, and I think she achieved it. I'm really happy that she did that, especially that's the reason why she did it. But Kempire, what are we going to do with Candiace? We got to get rid of her. We have to. It's not like me personally. The one thing I don't like about her, so here's the comparisons, people, and this is not a colorism issue for me, because I'm a more reasonable person. I do look at things, and I could tell you or not if it's colorism. It's not colorism. When Ashley is doing her job to be messy, that's her job to be messy. You could tell she probably not going to care about it after she said it, because she knows she just got to do it. That's what she signed on to be. But then when Candiace come around, you could tell this is who she is. And it's so embarrassing, because I've made these comparisons with you before. I said it's so amazing how Monique act like Candiace upbringing and Candiace act like Monique upbringing. You didn't grow up in the hood. You didn't grow up being this hood rat girl talking shit like that. But let's be clear, everybody. And this is just real life, regardless of reality TV. If you say something sideways to anybody out here in the world that you may know or may not know, it's unpredictable. Their response will be very unpredictable. Now, yeah, you may think that somebody will not pop you, but most people have left this earth because they were stabbed in the back by somebody they knew. So regardless of anything, you should never want to talk to somebody sideways and expect them to want to use words, especially in our culture being black, because black people, we only gonna let you say but so much till we actually ready to hit you. We probably grew up in, we've been sandbox, you know. But Candiace, she's very reckless. And Robin, she is too. And the last thing I do want to say, Robin and Giselle, you know, they are lesbians. Look how they dress.
Come on.
They some old lesbians. They are some
plenty of lesbians that don't dress like them.
Well, you know, they're channeling their inner white old lesbian, because I'm telling you, like, they remind me of some of the ones from the L Word. They just don't dress. It's horrible. But
Twan, you and these gay references today, I cannot.
Listen. I'm just proud that I'm the first one to get you knocking you out of your seat.
Really do.
And I can sleep good knowing that now.
Twan, thank you so much for calling in.
Always.
I can't. Y'all are a mess. First of all, let's get to almost at 300 likes. Let's get to 300 likes. I think the entire cast of the Real Housewives of Potomac disliked the video, which is all right. We disliked this episode. We put a dislike on the episode. If it wasn't for Miss Dorothy, this episode probably would have sucked. It probably would have sucked. But based on what we see for the preview for next week, it looks like it's going to be interesting. Don't forget, guys, when you're a member of the channel, we have a monthly live chat here. I will be adding new tiers to our membership here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel very, very soon, which will be more intimate settings, you know, secret locations, secret lives, all kinds of secrets. Guys, speaking of secrets, things that you don't hear about on my social media or here on the Kempire Daily YouTube page or Facebook is available in the Kempire Radio podcast. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review, because it matters. As you know, everybody named Mama decided to create a podcast during the pandemic, but we've been doing this for almost 15 years, if not more than 15 years. Data will remember. Data's been here since the beginning. Data's probably the only person. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. I appreciate you joining the family. But Data, forever, he's been here since the beginning, all the way from New Zealand. He's been going hard. He remembers when he was there when I interviewed Oprah. Data has been here since the beginning. And Data and I have never met in person. That's the power of the internet. Shout out to Data. One day, Data, I'll be in New Zealand once they allow Americans back in. Guys, yes. Oh, Data, Blog Talk Radio. Before I had my own website, Lord. Guys, be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Shout out to, we're almost at 40,000 subscribers. I think we can get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you believe it, you can definitely make it happen. It's a full moon tonight or tomorrow? Tomorrow. Full moon. You know what we do when we get a full moon? Make your moon water, recharge your crystals, release any fears or anything that you need to release in your life, and set your intentions for the things that you would like to create. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's a busy day here on the channel and other people's channel. Be sure to follow me on my social media so you don't miss out on anything, and join the texting community and put that up so you guys can see the texting community information. And I'll see you guys. I'm going to go rest up because I'm preparing for not just an active day tomorrow, but a powerful and fun day tomorrow.